All right, so I think I finally got this thing figured out. I'm going to use Doge because we can do 75x on Doge, um, and that'll give us a good idea. Like for me, 25x just isn't something worth kind of messing with. Like it just doesn't really do anything for me when it comes to something like this. But so what we're going to do, we're going to suspect a Doge long. All right. And notice that I'm on the hourly chart, so I'm picking this high time frame. And I believe that Doge will go back up. And I want to set my stop loss down below here. So about 12, what is that? About a little over 12. Let's just make it 12 then. How about that? We'll just make that a very simple number. Get down there. Close enough. All right. And then so the take profit on this really doesn't influence how much you are risking, only how much you are going to win. So I think it's going to go to buy side. We'll put that there. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click. So this was opening up this long tool. We're going to right click, go down to settings. And then I guess the account size doesn't matter, lot size doesn't, but the amount that you want to risk does. And so you can set that risk at $50 or whatever it is that you want to set your risk for. So this is what will happen. You will lose $50 if your stop loss gets hit. I guess you can even fix that right here. Okay? And we'll just make this 12.6 just for, right? So we're going to click OK. And then notice that it tells you the quantity right here. So 18,726. Now, I wonder if it'll show this as well. But anyhow, remember 18,726. Let's just make it 19,000 just because. All right. Then what we want to do is we want to go to our futures account. I gotta change. I gotta transfer this. Transfer. Turn that to dark. All right, so we're going to do cross margin. I know. Cross margin, market order, and what we want to do is we want to buy 18,750. Now let's look at our take profit and stop loss, and we said our trigger was 0.1200. Max leverage has changed. All right. Well, we can only do 50 then. All right. And so you can see that with 50x, and I've got a fair amount of money in there, that I would lose everything once I get to 11.55. Let me see if I can go back here. What is that? It said 1155. That will be all the way down here. All right, so notice that now I went back and I basically said my whole account is, I want to spend the whole thing, right? So it would take me all the way down to 1155 in order to spend all that. The trick is to find out how much of the asset that you need to buy at that risk that you're willing to lose. Remember that settings, you only want to lose $50. And notice that it's almost a third of that, right? Because a 50 is a third of 150. Come back in here. Let's say that we only wanted 7,000. Now you would see that our liquidation price. Notice that I'm only the other thing is to notice is that I'm only risking $17.20 in order to lose $50 at that large stop loss that I had. So being able to do the amount of the asset versus the dollar amount, and then like maxing out your account. So I know that when I mention cross margin, that's going to be sketchy, but you know that your stop loss is going to be at 12, wherever you put it on your trading view. Bring this back up. We wanted it back at 12. And notice that I'm right back to 18,726. So the leverage doesn't matter. Just that as you increase, you're going to increase the amount of money that you made. So remember, it's just finding out the quantity that you want to buy rather than the dollar amount that you want to risk, which is backwards because then it'll give you the dollar amount that you're willing to risk. I hope that helps. At least give you an idea. We're only risking $17, but if can't find out where this happens, how much we would actually win if we made that. So hopefully that helps give you an idea. If you got questions, you can always ask.